Hi everyone, it's Lisa and welcome to Make It Monday. Today is week 36 in my series on techniques and I'm going to be teaching you the faux leather technique. And I have a little twist on my samples today. This is what faux leather is. It actually uses masking tape in small pieces to create a faux leather look. Let me show you how I did this. For today's video, I'm going to use a small piece just because of time, just to give you an idea how this goes. So this is Whisper White, very vanilla works as well, and this is regular household masking tape. Now you know this comes in different widths. I'm going to pull off some, and you can actually rip it down the middle if you want thinner pieces, but what you're going to do is you're going to start covering this entire piece of cardstock with small pieces, one at a time. Now I'm not going to make you watch all this. We're going to do a little time-elapsed photography. A minute has gone by and I've covered up the small pieces. Now it's going to be very important that there's no cardstock revealed. So I'm going to encourage you to go back over it and make sure that you've got the entire piece of cardstock covered with masking tape. Now once that's done, you're going to press this down and then very carefully lift it up and flip it over, and I'm going to say burnish this from the back just to make sure that all the corners are down. Now there's two things you can do with what's left over here. You can fold it to the back. Sometimes when we get to the next step that'll happen a curl, or if you want you can take your scissors and you can trim off the excess. Okay, it's all trimmed. The next thing we're going to do is some sponging. I'm going to use a grid sheet and I'm going to use several colors. I'm going to start with the lightest one first, and this is Crumb Cake. Inking up a wedge of sponge, and I'm going to rub over the masking tape. What you're going to notice is you're going to see that the creases of the masking tape are the places where the ink is really sticking well to create those cracked or faux leather lines. So I'm going to continue this until I get the shade that I like. Next, I'm going to come in with a darker shade. This is Early Espresso. You can use up to 3 different colors. And I'm going to do the same thing. Now you're going to notice right away it's going to turn a lot darker, which is what I'm going for. I want a really antique look. This is beautiful with other colors representing leather. So like the Cajun Craze would be beautiful. Okay, so there you go. Now, normally you would cover this with a Versamark pad. And you would cover it well because we're going to pour clear embossing powder over the top and then heat set it. But I tried something a little bit different. I thought, you know, what would happen if I used the Gold Encore pad? So what I did is I went over this and I lightly tapped it because this tends to be a pretty juicy pad. Now I didn't get everywhere, which is exactly what I was hoping for. But this is how it came out. Now I'm going to go pour clear embossing powder over the top and I'm going to heat set it. Okay, I'm back. Now it's warm, and I'm going to recommend you turn it upside down and you're going to rub from the back because the masking tape will want to curl a little bit from the heat of the embossing gun. So I'm just going to smash it down a little bit. And so there we have it. Isn't that beautiful? I love the tones of the colors to create a really vintagey antique background. And that's what I used on this card here. Then I just embossed an image, and this is from Timeless Talk, and added some words, and there's that beautiful gold baker's twine again. This is actually the burlap ribbon, and I've just separated some of the seams and pulled out some strands to create this card. But I think this turned out beautiful. But let me show you another twist. By now we've all got this washi tape. This is the Season of Style washi tape, and of course it comes in 3 colors. What I did was I took a piece of cardstock and I covered the entire thing with washi tape. And then I used a Versamark and clear embossing powder, which left me with this. Now you can see that I've already done some punching out of it. And then this is what I did. I punched out small stars from our small star punch right through this. And I had no trouble getting through it. And you can also see I did some with the ornament punch, although I wasn't crazy about how they looked. I found that the smaller images looked a lot better and something more solid. So start thinking hearts or flowers. And then let me show you what I did with these. I strung them on here. Took a piece of wire, real nice and thin. This is 24 gauge, curled it up, pierced those with my piercing tool, and just strung them on that card. So this is another way with your washi tape to get the faux leather look, but not having to use the masking tape. And of course, the washi tape comes in varying widths, so you're going to have to do a little bit more work. Now, this is not necessarily a technique I might want to do 100 cards with, but certainly a wow card for a birthday or a special occasion. Next week is my last in my technique series, but don't worry, I got lots more great stuff coming up, and I'm going to be featuring products from the New Occasions catalog and Celebration. They're going to be paper crafting projects, not just cards. I think you're going to be interested in what you see. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss anything. And I look forward to seeing you next week for Make It Monday.